All right, bro. What you getting done today, man?
Just a drop fade.
Drop fade?
Drop fade.
All right. Do you like the fade like kind of like mid drop or like a little bit lower drop?
Mid.
About mid? Okay. And then keep the C cup, obviously.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
And then you want anything off the top?
No, you ain't got to touch the top.
No, don't do anything on the top. All right. Let's do it, bro. YouTube, what's going on, guys? We got another haircut tutorial for you, and you guys caught the consultation, man. We're gonna do a kind of like a mid drop fade, a little bit in between low and mid, and we're gonna start off with the initial guideline. Now you can already kind of see, especially around the C cup, lighter and dark areas. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I thought that this was gonna be a easy fade. Like his hair at first looked like it was going to be easy, but you can see through the scalp already, especially around the C cup area. I don't know if you guys can see that. I did comb through the hair. You can see the comb in my hand. His hair was just, you know, there was definitely going to be some challenges in the fade, but you know, with his grain of hair being so dark, damn, I thought I was going to blast through this cut, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all, it was a bit of a challenge. So anyways, we start with our initial guideline, and now I'm gonna use a number 3 to go ahead and debulk, especially around the parietal ridge. Definitely if I washed his hair, it would have been easier, but man, I have a thing against washing hair. I'm not really into it, but that would have saved me time, probably. I switched over to the gammas because the gammas have a quicker blade, and I felt like maybe it would cut his hair a little bit easier, a little bit nicer. But even now you can kind of see I'm going all kinds of different directions, and it looks darker in some areas than others. So with that being said, just keep in mind we're definitely gonna have to detail a bunch on this cut. So we're gonna go ahead and ball them out at the bottom, super important. And I actually recorded this haircut probably like a month ago. That's why y'all caught the old intro. All right, so now we are going to use our gammas all the way open. And notice that I'm trying to keep that C cup dark. So we're gonna go ahead and blend that C cup area in when we're detailing. All right, once it's nice and even, we'll go up to our one guard open, and I'm gonna do each of my sections first, and then I'm gonna blend each section out. This is my one guard open. All right, and because we did a number 3 already, I'm gonna start to fade down with this 1.5 guard. If it does create a line above the 1.5 guard, we can use our number 2 to take it out. Man, but you can see it's like every stroke there's so many inconsistencies in the shade of color of the hair. It's almost like every time I use a guard or I make a cut, I almost feel like I'm patching him. You guys see that? But anyways, I'm gonna trust the system, and I'm not gonna, if I try to detail everything now, it's gonna take me way longer than it should. And this haircut did take me a while, but yeah, we're just gonna trust the system, fade it all down, and then go back in detail. So this is my one guard, it's all the way open, and I'm using a lot of my corners. Now we're at the half guard, and we're closing it as needed. until that section right there that we're working with is blended. Right above, now that it's closed, the half guard, you can see I was pretty much working the line that we created with the blade open. And just above that, all that, man, like I see it's hard to stay disciplined, man, and just go through the system when you see things. And so that's why you saw me jump back to that 1.5 guard. Now I have the blade all the way open, and I'm gonna fade down until that initial guideline, that bottom line, is erased, as you can see. All right, and now we're gonna go ahead and detail that dark C cup area. All right, so now let's go ahead and line up the C cup and just make sure that it's not too dark. It's not exaggerated. You know what I mean? We want it to be dark enough to where it pops, but we don't want it to be so dark where it doesn't look like it belongs with the rest of the fade. All right, and so we're gonna do the same steps the rest of the way.
Tito, let's get it.
And you can see I keep looking for little dark spots and touching it up. I think this might have been the toughest haircut I've done all year. Like, this is it. This is the toughest one. But I think, guys, you know, be patient. You know, detail, and every cut you do should be straight. You know, it might not be a home run. And that's how it's always gonna be. Like, if you're new to barbering and you just feel like you're inconsistent, you just feel like you have bad days, it happens to all of us. And not just that, but sometimes people come in and the last time you cut their hair, you smoked the cut, right? And then this time around, it's like, yo, what is going on? Did I use a different clipper last time or what? It happens, guys. We're human. And this is such a skill-driven craft. You know, a robot's not really going to replace barbering because there's so many variables. And I think a lot of times people are hard on themselves, especially when they're learning the craft, you know. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the other side, and we're going to repeat the same steps. Blade all the way open, one all the way open, and then we're going to blend down with the 2 or the 1.5 guard. And here's the 2 open, and then the 1.5 guard underneath that. I'm not sure if you guys are able to follow along with the guidelines that we cut in, but here I'm blending out that blade open line that we created, and that's all it is. Especially when you're fading down, those guidelines are there to keep you organized so that you don't get lost. I did create kind of a subtle line there with that half guard, but look, I'm slapping that number 1 guard on real quick, and then we're just going up a little bit with that 1 guard, and that's gonna take that line out. So sometimes, you might make a mistake, but as long as you didn't run that half guard all the way up to the top of his head, you'll be able to fix it. All right, so now we're gonna remove that bottom line, and this time I'm gonna fade up. So I'm going all the way closed. I'm gonna go up about a quarter of the way. Then I'm gonna open up a little bit, and little by little, as we go up until the blade is all the way open, it should be faded out, as you can see. And guys, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start putting a link in my description box for bookings. So if you want to book me for a YouTube haircut, YouTube haircuts are free. If you've gotten a YouTube haircut already, or you don't want to be on YouTube, haircut appointments are $100. I know it sounds expensive, but I don't cut hair behind the chair no more. My spots are super limited, and I really don't want to, I'm not trying to cut hair behind the chair for $1. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna cut hair, it's because I want to do YouTube. I want to create content. I want to do education, and I just want to add value to the channel and to the academy. So that's why my prices are like so. So it's a choice whether you want the YouTube or you don't. And link will be in the description if you want to book an appointment. And I'm in Tampa, Florida, because some people will book an appointment, and for some reason they think I'm in Cali. All right, so this angle is super important when you're doing the back, because if you notice, my head is kind of turning over to the right side of his head, because I just want to make sure that the back is blending nicely into the side. If you're too like squared up with the back of his head, sometimes we don't realize we have to keep the sides in mind as well. And so that's why you'll notice this angle and my head kind of almost looking like it's looking around a building type thing. I think it's starting to flow nicely into the side. All right, let's go ahead and hit the C cup. The one thing I wish I would have done with his hair, and I don't keep detachable clippers on my station, because it's just very rare that I need detachable clippers, or that I feel like I don't know, like it's worth space on my station. But I wish I would have tried like a 3.5 or 3 3/4, or even a 2.5 guard to try to debulk the sides there. Because again, it just looks, I don't know, it looks like his hair it's looking inconsistent. So after this lineup, I'm definitely gonna go in detail. Like, we're gonna take a lot of time doing that, because my OCD just won't allow me to look at this and give it a pass. That's another reason why I don't cut hair behind the chair anymore for money, because there's a business side to it. You have to be efficient. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was cutting hair in the shop full time, I was doing 30-minute appointments, 45 with beard. And when you are quality driven and you're trying to create content too with it, you're trying to record and get good angles, it could add stress to your life. And what you don't want to do is be in a position where your clients are upset with you because they have a certain expectation. You know what I mean? And so now with the current business model that I'm running, the expectation to get you in on time, that my business is providing you a service, it is still there. But since I'm charging more, I could do hour and 15-minute long appointments, hour-long appointments. And people are paying for what, you know, and getting what they expect. They're getting a detailed service for that price. Now, when I was doing 30-minute appointments for $30, I was making $1 a minute going through it, and I was making almost as much as I was now at 100. So, I mean, not quite. Nah, I'm probably making twice what I was making then. But yeah, guys, this is the before, this is the after. And although it was a challenge, man, we trusted the system. We took our time detailing, and I hope you guys liked the cut, man. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe, smash the like button. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the cut. We added some clay, we combed the hair, maybe put a little bit of texture. And that's the cut, guys. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. See you on the next video.